Good morning, Sophia. All right, so I wanted to make a special practice video for you this morning because I've recently started doing this really amazing exercise and I wanted you to try it and experiment with it. I found it to be super, super helpful. It's really similar to Mr. LaFawn's left hand finger facility exercises, these that you've been doing, lift, release, drop, release. But it's Winifred's version of it. So it's been really helpful to me, and it's just a very slightly different philosophy of which part of your arm you're thinking about while you're doing that exercise, okay? So it's gonna be something like this. You can make sure your feet are flat on the floor, you've got a beautiful posture. Standing or sitting, it's good to alternate back and forth. If you've been sitting for a while, it might be a good time to stand up, or vice versa. Find that beautiful left hand shape. Really make sure the angle of your scroll is at a comfortable place. I've been finding that since I have pretty long arms, I need to open up a little bit more. Your arms I don't think are quite as long as mine is in proportion to your body, so you could be a little more here. Whatever feels comfortable, and don't be afraid to adjust and see if it feels better. All right, so let's start off actually with the third finger, and we're just going to hammer the third finger on the string, okay, like that. And now I pulled down my sleeve for a reason, and I want to have my forearm bare like this. I'm actually going to take my right arm, and I'm going to gently hold my forearm of my left arm. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want to feel these muscles here. So a lot of the times when you and I were talking about this in the way that Mr. LaFawn taught it to me, it's thinking about what's happening in the fingers a lot, which is totally helpful and awesome. But what Winifred was talking about is thinking about what's happening in the forearm, which has some different feel to it. So I'd love for you to try it and see what you get out of it. So feel this and hammer the third finger, and you'll feel the muscle moving kind of in the back over here. Okay, try the second finger. You'll feel a different part of your arm. And the first finger, okay? And she had me do this keeping an open string and just doing one finger at a time, okay? Instead of Kevin does it in a finger pattern, all the fingers on the string. Both of those are kind of different ways of doing it that give you some different insights. So the second part of this exercise is then to see if you can, I'm gonna do my third finger. I've been focusing on my third finger because I noticed, and Winifred said, a lot of violinists have a lot of tension in the third finger, more so than the other fingers. So I'm going to focus on the third finger for now. And what I'm going to do is gently hold my forearm, find a comfortable position of my scroll again, and see if I can lift and drop the third finger without feeling any muscle movement in the arm. And that means I'm doing it really slowly and really gently, but you'll actually find you can squeeze pretty hard on the string and not feel any motion in the arm. It's like very slight, okay? And then try the same thing with the second finger. Move it so slow that you can't feel any motion or any muscle movement in the forearm. Same thing with the first finger. For me, the first finger, it's really hard to not feel anything because the muscle's kind of on the outside, so you can feel even the slightest motion of that first finger moving. Okay? And then kind of what you do is choose a finger. Again, this is about breathing, alignment, and comfort, right? So when your teacher tells you to breathe at the beginning, this is something that I would do. And this is just like a really slow practice to reanalyze how much you're squeezing on the string. Okay, so I'd love for you now to, pause this video, stop listening to me, and take some time with each finger, maybe like at least a minute on each finger, just seeing if you can lift it up and put it back down without making the muscle move. And that's just going to train a feeling of relaxation and ease into your hand. I know you've been working on that a lot with these hammer and release, but it's good to just really kind of feel that whole extension of that muscle, where it's going, and how gentle you really can be while still pushing down the string. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that's interesting for you, and I'll see you in your lesson tonight, and maybe we can talk about it again then.